Music, please. Guys, welcome to your Tuesday Masterclass. I hope you guys are excited and ready to go today. I know this sounds hypocritical, but I want everybody put the cameras on. We are pursuing 100K months, which requires us to be the best versions of ourselves, right? I know we've been talking about on the Breakfast Club. It's not about just showing up, right? It's how we show up each and every single day that matters more than anything else. In real estate, guys, we can get trapped in the process of just habitually attending things and not really getting anything out of them. So, especially guys, when we are trying to be the best version of ourselves, it's not just about showing up, it's how we show up, right? So, hopefully, everybody's here, ready to learn, ready to engage, because the what you're going to learn on this call today is going to be the difference between you having 100K months in the summer or just having a regular real estate month, right? We've got so many people right now who are on pace or have made already 100K months. Okay. And just like I said in the beginning, it's not really about the dollar amount that matters most. It's about unlocking that level that we all know that we can get to. And once we unlock that level, ladies and gentlemen, man, we've really set a standard for ourselves, right? So it's not about the money, it's about proving what you're capable of doing. You know what I mean? And once you prove that to yourself, you don't have to look back on it, ladies and gentlemen. How many of you guys are feeling good about the momentum that you're creating so far? Just unmute your microphones, raise your voice, let it be known, be loud
Yep.
about it. How many of you
Yep.
guys, Elisa, we don't
Yep.
snap. Snapping is for
Good,
beta,
good.
right? How are you doing,
Me,
Elisa?
doing good, Cooley.
Good. And
We're
she won't
we're
brag about it, but she's at 91K already for the month of May. Elisa, is that correct?
yes, I was telling Michelle we would have been at 98, but had a deal fall through, and that's not including Team GCI.
I love
Personal
it.
GCI only.
I love it. I love it. Can you imagine being, damn, I could have made 90K, but I fell on 91. You know what I mean? It's a great feeling. And so hopefully all of us are going to get there today. Hopefully all of us are going to get this into our spirit, guys, because it's achievable. You know what I mean? For those of you guys who are in Washington State, what an ultimate advantage you have. I think I touched on this on our last masterclass. Elisa doesn't have the highest price point. You know what I mean? Which means she's out there hustling. For us in Seattle, you've got, $700,000 is your median price point, if that makes sense. And so Elisa would be at about 200K if that were her median price point. So it's all out there for us, guys. And I'm ready to get started into today. We're going to be talking about a couple of things uh, that if we unlock, if we get right this month, are going to lead to us falling dumb, drunk, and stupid on 100K June. So hope you guys are ready to go. Michelle, you ready to go? Chris Hardy, do we got you on the call today? I think we did. Maybe we didn't.
I think he's here, but I know he's trying to get his tech situated for a second.
Got it.
So I
Okay.
don't know if he's live
Michelle,
yet.
Michelle, what do you got for us today?
So the first thing when we kick this off with you guys, one, I love all the testimonials, the results, the stories. Keep sharing them with us, you guys. It's so powerful. We love receiving the texts, the messages, the videos. It's really, really powerful. And I think Cooley, we were just talking about it, what these guys are seeing out there being pushed. And, they've never been in an environment where agents are actually creating those kinds of numbers, right? Those 100K months. We've got a lot of them. And again, even if whatever you're pushing for and you have your first, 30,000 month, 40,000 month, 50,000 month, 60,000 month, you guys are seeing all those different testimonials, which are incredible. And so we're doing a huge push through spring and summer. And so we're leading into now the second 30 days that we push this off with you guys. We want to not only stay on the foundation, right, of these 100K months push that we're doing with you guys. We want to give you guys kind of, we got three different things we want to kind of pillar everybody through to keep that massive action going, to keep this protocol moving forward. So first and foremost, Cooley, what is, and I don't know if Chris is live yet, but I'll pull it up.
Hey now, baby.
Right around, oh, he's here, he's live. So guys, let me ask you, I guess the first thing, there's three different things we want to kind of hit on with you guys today to take into your business today. Okay. What's right around the corner, Chris?
June 1st, first of the month.
First of the month. Now, why is that important for everyone on here?
Biggest
especially with what we're
prospecting day of
emphasizing
the
and
month.
pushing.
Expired.
That's right. That's right. The biggest prospecting day of the month. I know in our market, we'll probably have over 600 expired listings. It doesn't matter if you have 50 in your market. It doesn't matter if you have 500. It matters, what's your level of execution going to be like the first of the month? How are you going to follow up the next 2, 3, 4, 5 days and set it up to where, we talk about this all the time. I think the first of the month you could be setting yourself up for 3, 4 listings from just one day of powerful calling. Could you make it a big contact day? And could you set up your schedule over the next 5, 6, 7 days to really maximize on such a big first that took place?
So number one, guys, it's got to matter. Number one, right? And so everybody right now should be marking the last day and the first day of the month on their calendars. And I don't care if you're primarily a database agent. I don't care if you're primarily Circle Pro. If you want to reach those 100Ks, right? If you're the type of person that's like, man, I really want this. Maybe I'm having like some limiting beliefs on if I could actually get it. You have one good day on this day, and you could be halfway there. GP, how many deals does it take you to get to 100K?
I would say on average size, at least 8.
At least 8, right? And you could, like, on a good day, if you had 500 pieces of brand new data, let's say even 300, right? Let's say 200, you could set 5 appointments, right? Like if you went all out, right? And so you're almost there with one awesome day. Now, obviously, we're not going to get to our 100K in one day, right? But I'm telling you, if you want that springboard, first of the month, last day of the month, guys, we've got to red zone this in our calendar today as the most important day in real estate. And I'm telling you what, I was talking to this lady the other day, and she was telling me about her Keller Williams office and how they were teaching about doing 100K a year, right? Their class last week was how we're making 100K in a year. And she's like, I couldn't believe it because I'm on a call with you guys, and you guys are talking about how to make 100K month, right? How to have 100K months, and they're talking to me about 100K years. And it takes extreme discipline on days like this, guys, for us to hit that mark. And I'll say it again. I say this every first of the month. Can you imagine knowing what your goals are, right? Knowing the things that you want to accomplish. Could you imagine a Pizza Hut being closed on Super Bowl Sunday, right? A Pizza Hut not having enough cheese to make the kind of pizzas that they need to make for Super Bowl Sunday, right? Could you imagine a Pizza Hut only be opening during an afternoon during Super Bowl Sunday? Good business model, bad business model?
Bad.
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 Very bad.
Elisa, why is that a bad business model?
Bad.
Because it's the busiest time of the year.
Busiest time of the year,
Well,
right?
you have more
And-
people walking in during that time.
And they know one day of being open is worth 30 days throughout the year. You know what I mean? And the same thing is true for us. So my question for all of you guys, and please answer this with your mics unmuted. Does this actually matter this month?
Yes.
Yep.
Does it actually?
Yes.
Yes.
Penny.
Yes.
I want to make sure it does because the
Absolutely.
way that we prepare for it has got to be like top notch. Number one, are you happy if you get one appointment on the first of the month?
No.
No.
No, that's a normal day,
No.
right? Are you happy if you get 2 appointments on the first of the month? Elisa, knowing that there's 500 pieces of data with their hand up going, I need to sell in your marketplace. Are you happy with 2?
No,
Are you happy with 3?
no.
Okay. What are you happy with, Elisa? What is like, man, I really took advantage of this day?
For me, I'd be happy with 10 or
You'd be
more.
happy with 10. I love that. So number one, I want all of you guys to set up the goal of what a successful first of the month looks like. Knowing that it's the biggest day, knowing that you could do your 100K in this day, or at least halfway there. What are you not willing to leave the first of the month without? And we're going to talk about how we do it, right? We're going to talk about the time it's going to take because the first of the month isn't one day, guys. The first of the month is like a week-long process, right? But it requires us to be all in on that day, right? So, guys, is an inspection something that you want to be at on the first of the month?
Hell no.
No. You want to be carting around a fire on the first of the month.
Hell no.
No.
Okay.
no.
You want to be at an open house or doing some weird activity
Hell
that doesn't
no.
have to do with making money on the first of the month?
No.
Hell to the
All right, so we
no.
cancel
Absolutely
all of our
not.
plans then, right? So guys, right now, can we just shout the word canceled? Right, whatever it is. that's not
Cancel.
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 Thank you. Thank you. So that's canceled. Chris, knowing that we're going into the day with that mindset, right? The preparation is really important. Okay. Are we climbing out of bed at 8 o'clock on the
No.
first of the month?
No.
Like, what does that
No.
look like? So
I'm
first
gonna
and foremost,
Oh, hell
the
no.
first of your month, mastering your morning is huge, guys. And for those of you guys who don't typically prospect until 8 o'clock, I'm starting at 7. I'm starting at 7 a.m. And Cooley, but what if I call somebody and they say, hey, why are you calling me so early? Right? Are you afraid of that? Yes or no?
Nope.
Is that something that
Nope.
strikes fear into your heart?
Nope.
Oh my God,
Hello?
somebody called me at 7 a.m. Hey, you know what? I was so excited to call you because I saw that your house came off the market and it should have sold. I know I can sell it. Next question. We only have to keep talking about that if I decide that we keep talking about that, if that makes sense. Okay. So
It makes
number
sense.
one, we're showing up at 7 a.m. We're making our phone calls starting at 7 a.m. We're hopping on the Breakfast Club and then we're repeating that cycle right after at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Does
gonna
anybody
share.
have a problem with that? Is that something that everybody's willing to do?
Yep.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes,
I
sir.
love it. Because we've got to be aggressive, right? We got to go out there and take it. You know what I mean? That's the attitude that we've got to have, is we're going to go out and take it on this day. All right. Your tools, your slide broadcast. How many of you guys even thought about doing a voicemail drop on the first of the month this year or this month?
I did.
How many of you guys thought about doing that? How
Nope.
awesome would it be?
It's a great
How
idea.
awesome would it be if all 500 expired listings got a voicemail from you that sounded like this? I'm talking first thing in the morning. Hey, Lisa, it's Chad Cooley. I know that you were trying to sell your property. I was wondering if you'd still be willing to take an offer. Call me back at this number. This means, guys, while we're prospecting, we're getting inbound phone calls as well, right? So like how we prospect is really important. Do you want inbound phone calls going, hey, Ian, this is Chad Cooley. You called me and asked me if I was willing to take an offer. I'm interested. How great would it be if you got 20 of those phone calls on the first of the month? With your skill set, what would you be able to do with that? And the answer is a lot, right? Agreed?
Agreed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that should be on all of your list. That voicemail should be followed verbatim. Okay. Because it's like, don't complicate it. Don't get in your own way. It's just, hey, I know that you were trying to sell your house. I was wondering if you'd still be willing to take an offer. Phone number twice, call me back. Right? Very simple. Question number 2 or 3. I don't know where I'm at today. How many pre-listing packages do you have printed out right now in your vehicles? How many? Do you have condensed forms of your pre-listing package, right? That you can hand out. So you don't have to send out full pre-listing packages to everybody, but do you have your pre-listing package condensed down for expired listings that's just one page front and back? How many of you guys have that? Raise your voice.
I do.
Not.
Yeah,
I love that.
0.
I love that. My question for us is, are we going to have those printed out before the first of the month? So that way, come the first of the month, number one, we're getting those out to the expired listings. We're getting them out. Number
Yes.
two, knowing that we're going to be out and about all week long, do we have a game plan to go out there and knock these expired listing doors, right? So like, GP, how many appointments are you typically gonna attend in a week? 5?
5 minimum.
Okay, 5 minimum. How awesome would it be if you had these PLPs in your car, and because it's the first of the month, every single time you went out, you knocked 4 doors on top of that listing appointment, 2 before, 2 after. How many would you be able to get to? What's the math? Do we have any math wizards? We set 1 appointment a day, and we promised ourselves that we were going to knock 2 doors before that and 2 doors after.
Mm-hmm.
How many contacts would that be per week?
100.
How many days are we working?
Five.
days,
Let's just say
That's
five
20.
for the
20.
five
complacent.
times
That's
four.
20. 8 days a week.
Okay.
25.
Yeah, that's like 20 or something. I'm
Five
not going to
pools
pretend
of
I
20.
understand the math, and we're all realtors,
20,
so I
20
got
extra.
five different
Yeah.
5
numbers,
times 4 is
right?
20. It's easy.
All of us are bad at math. That's okay. But we're turning 5 potential deals into 20, right? And these are things that we do when we're being ultra aggressive. You know what I mean? Are you going to take your weekend to go back to the first of the month and knock those doors with those condensed PLPs? So I want you to write down right now what that actually looks like for you. Write down the plan. And if you're going to do this, write it down as intention, right? Write it down as I'm going to do this. So that way the first of the month doesn't come. Cause like I get so many motivated agents that I talk to, right? And then I have a conversation with them on the first of the month and they're like,
Didn't prepare.
yeah, I got my appointment and now I'm on my way to this inspection. And it's like, holy shit, like you completely misunderstand what this day is all about. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like this day is about maximizing production. You know, if the goal is to get 5 appointments, right? Imagine if you took five appointments in one day, right? Charity Hill, what does that result in? If you got 5 listings, what does that result in commission wise for you?
$108,000.
Holy shit, 100K month, right? 100K month in one day. Ian, what about you?
It takes 14 of them.
So if you got 5 listings in one day, you're halfway there. Pretty close.
But I don't know about that third, but yeah, pretty close.
That's more than a third. I'm bad at math, and I know that's more than a third. Let's go with Scotty in California. You get 5 appointments, take 5 listings. What is that for you?
That's at least $50,000, more than halfway there.
More than halfway there. So we can get halfway there, guys, in a day or in a week if we follow this process. That's really how easy it is. Is there anybody who on this call doesn't believe that that's a possibility or has like, I'm not too sure about that, Cooley?
No, I believe it.
How many
Cooley,
of you
what-
guys believe that?
Really, what if
Believe
somebody
it.
I believe it.
Hey,
I
Cooley,
believe it.
says,
I
hey,
believe.
come over right now.
Yeah, good.
Do we stop? Okay, I didn't know if we're trying to keep calling to get our appointments.
Yeah, I'll go same day, right? I'll probably set it for a little bit later in that evening, right? And I'm gonna go, but best believe you, if I make that concession, right? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna go, all right, how long of a drive is this, right? How many doors can I knock, right? With the expired listings all around here. Can I get in 10 expired listing door knocks if I go on this appointment tonight? Can I get in 5? Like, how many can I get in? You know what I mean? Because this is production mindset. Again, it's not about what's convenient, right? It's about how can I extend myself according to what I've got on my plate right now? How can I extend myself? And is it hard? Yes. Is it inconvenient? Yes. Will you have to miss dinner with your family? Maybe, right? But like, this is what we do, right? When a doctor's in surgery, that doctor's in surgery, right? He doesn't go take a break and say, hey, patient, why don't you go ahead and wait? I'll be back in a few, right? Or I'll see you tomorrow. No, it takes how long it takes, right? And so as long as your goal is to extend yourself and see how much you can get out of that day, man, do whatever it is that you will. If you don't have an appointment, right? Or you don't have an appointment that evening, my question for everybody on this call, what does your evening look like? Is that door knocking or prospecting on the first of the month? Are you going to circle back through those in the afternoon? And the answer should be, of course I am. Why? Because I can make $100,000 in a day. You know what I mean? So I want you guys to go to your first of the month calendar right now. Okay. I want you to look at it. I want you to tell me what's on it. And I want you guys to mark it out. This is like morning until evening. But Cooley, this sounds hard. Yeah, it is. You know what I mean? And there's nobody in your marketplace who is willing to do this shit. Like we have a hard enough time getting our people to do this stuff. And we push you guys pretty hard. Imagine what your competition is doing. They're happy getting their 1 appointment for the day. They're happy getting 2 appointments for the day. But for us guys, in the goals that we have and in our goals to unlock our potential, we go all out, right? Chris, do you have anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I just think urgency, just, if you can create an abundant amount of urgency within yourself, your business, your discipline, you're going to be moving forward, and you're going to find that a lot of the sellers that you talk to are really just looking to move on and move forward with an agent who's like going in the right direction. They can tell when you're doing things right. A lot of the agents that we're working with right now that have a lot of listings going on, it's like people are calling them out of nowhere, more deals are coming and falling on their lap. It's like when you build this momentum within yourself, people are going to want to kind of hop along for the ride. And they're going to be talking to a lot of agents that are going to have a lot of doubt. They're just making the calls, they're just going through the numbers. They're not asking, confrontational questions. They're not getting in front of people. So, the more, if you're lacking, like I would even take a step back, if the month of May, we've had some really amazing meetings, Cooley, Michelle, like in the last month, right? Really getting people ramped up for 100K months. If you're in the group of people that have been ramping it up, you're setting yourself, like you're going through this itinerary right now, and you're setting yourself up going, hey, how do I make it to where June is just so goddamn undeniable that 90 days later, I'm getting 100K plus in commissions from what I did in the month of June? Because that's reality of what's going to happen. This is you're doing whatever you can so that right at the end of summer, going into fall, you just have checks coming in left and right, and people are going, what the hell just took, like, what happened in that person's business? It's like they got multiple closings each and every single week. And like Cooley's talking about, it may be five in your market, it may be 10. It doesn't really matter, right? It's just whatever it's going to take to get there. So if you can create that urgency, what I ask for you to do is, hey, if you were in that group that didn't really level up this month in May, and you need that fresh start, that reboot, you need to be working your ass off this week, but you need to be spending time every day going through all these things, this checklist of what you could be prepared for the first, so that you can just go all the way in. And we're going to talk more about it, but we can't say enough. And I know it's funny when we talk about the numbers and we start multiplying numbers, things kind of start to sound unrealistic to a lot of you, and I can see it on your faces, and that's a problem because see, it's not hard to have a day where you connect with people at such a high level, such a high frequency that you're able to just eat off of that one day of lead generation for months on end. You're going to find people on the first that you're going to work with next summer. You're going to find people for the beginning of January. You're going to find people for the winter time. You're going to find people for the springtime, but you can find a hell of a lot of people also for right now. And you need to talk to the masses. It needs to be that, June and the rest of this month needs to be the month where I go, hey, every day I'm beating my contact number. I was hitting 25 contacts a day for a while. Now I'm hitting 35 a day. Now I'm hitting 45 a day. And now I have more momentum. And I was setting an appointment every 2 days, but now I'm setting 2 appointments a day, setting 3 appointments a day. It's your time to create that urgency in your life that the standard just pushes up. People want to be the people with high standards.
I want you guys to write this down. Number one, I will not settle.
Yeah.
Okay. I will not settle.
Real quick, too, Cooley. Hey, if anybody
Hold on.
if anybody on the call does not have, you don't have like 10, 15, active listings or 10 properties under contract right now, like listen up. Like listen up to him.
I will not settle. Okay. The second thing I want you to write down, everybody that I talk to, I will ask for an appointment. We get so used to just having these conversations, guys, with people on the phone that we forget we should be asking everybody for the appointment, even when it feels uncomfortable to us, even when we feel people aren't ready. You know what I mean? And the most important thing is that you get over your own ego and your own fear of rejection and embrace it, right? Because if you ask for an appointment on every single phone call, the worst thing that's going to happen is somebody's going to hang up. The second worst thing that's going to happen is they will say no with a caveat, right? Followed by exactly what you need to say in order to get them to say yes again. And so we've got to learn to embrace that. Everybody that I talk to, I will ask for an appointment. Okay. And number three, I will duplicate. Meaning, I will go knock on the doors. I will do the extra things. Percentage wise, like how many people do you think after this call, guys, on the first of the month, that it's going to be business as usual, right? You're going to make your calls, you're going to make your 20 contacts, and you're going to dust your hands off and say, job well done, right? And that's not a bad thing, guys. That's really good for regular people, But I don't think anybody's on this call because they want to be regular, right? So number one, are you going to be satisfied with your normal amount of contacts? Are you going to be satisfied with just extending your prospecting time and not going out there and knocking the doors and getting in front of people? Are you going to be satisfied, or will you not settle? That's a question I want you guys to all answer right now.
Yeah. Hey, and what do you want your name? Like, if you just settle, then you're just going to have another masterclass go by where Cooley is talking about like these 10 other people that are having 100K months, and you're not in the name again. You're not in the group again. You're not talking, you're not in the conversation, right? And real quick, when you said something on number two, Cooley, and a lot of what's going to hold everybody back is going to be the fear. When he talks about door knocking, automatically a lot of people go, man, you start feeling uncomfortable. And there's a lot of things in sales that will make you feel uncomfortable. However, there's no comfort and not executing and then just having the regret. And so what I want you guys, everybody, real quick, do you guys remember when you were in school? Remember you used to get in the chair and you balance that chair, and you don't know if either the chair's gonna come up from underneath your ass and you're gonna hit the ground, or you're gonna come right back up. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That fear, like you need to be living in that the next 30 days going crazy. Oh shit, what if I fall? Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like, what if I go to 10 doors in a row and nobody answers? Are you going to be the guy, the gal that goes, yeah, you'll be so quick to go to Cooley or me and go, oh, I went to 10 and nobody even answered the door. You know what I mean? Or are you going to be the person that goes to 10 more? Are you going to be the person that makes the extra 10 calls? And really, it's those like the conversations when he's talking about the questions. Can you go for the actual appointment? Can you go for the appointment? Because see that weird part of the conversation where some of you have an issue with, like, you know what, you kind of got the point from them, and maybe you could get them, but maybe you may say one more thing that you think is going to make them reject you more. Who cares if they reject you more? Hey, nobody cares about selling your home more than me. I'm willing for you to get rejected by you 10 more times in this call. So for the fact that maybe tomorrow at 5 o'clock, we sit down for 10, 15 minutes, we get it all figured out, and then you feel better about the rest of the year and what you're going to do with your plans versus sitting here with anxiety about your property and what not to do or when to do it. What would you rather have? Somebody who's just going to get off the phone, or somebody who's going to push the envelope and find out how we can help you, right? If you could get on that chair and you could balance on that fear, you're going to make a lot of money and you're going to first and foremost help a lot of people out. But if you never really kind of tilt that chair back, you're never going to know if you're going to fail or not. And staying in the same place isn't what any of us want to be good at.
And just remember, a lot of you guys going on holiday during Christmas, a lot of you guys traveling during the fall, right? A lot of you guys have big plans and things you want to do with your family. It's all about this month, right? Like you got your average agent who's going to work half time during like the busiest real estate season, right? Question is this the time that you double down? You know what I mean? And so guys, if you're bought in, unmute your microphones, just say bought in.
Bought in.
Bought in.
Hey, let's go!
Bought in.
I need Elisa to scream
Bought
today.
in.
Elisa, scream!
Bought in. Let's go.
You know what I love about Elisa? Like you could see the intensity in her eyes, and
I
when you
see
say
it.
something, you could see that it has impact. And after every masterclass, she's calling me or sending me a message going, "Hey, this is what this meant to me," right? And there's a reason why she's cashing $91,000 this month, right? It's because like, look at the intensity. I fucking love it. Let's go with let's move on. So we got the first of the month on lockdown. I'm going to be talking about that on the Breakfast Club every single morning. So if you're not on the Breakfast Club, guys, buy into that culture because that's your springboard, right? To get into the mode, right? To get into the mindset, to get your mind right. So if you're not on that call, you're doing yourself a huge disservice, especially with the first of the month right around the corner, right? You guys need to like embrace that pain so that when you go to game time, it's easy. Hashtag Michael Jordan. Let's move on to the second step, right? Because we all know the first of the month is really important. Michelle, second step.
So next item, you guys, for taking advantage of the opportunity, let me remove that. So I'm going to attach that entire game day checklist for you guys to follow to a T. You guys will have that in the chat in a second. So now let's talk about the database, Cooley, right? And Chris, let's talk about how do they take advantage of the database right now. We're in the start of the summer months, adding to our 100K months. Let's talk about why that's important. And I'm going to share the screen.
I love this. And Chris, I'll let you touch on this here in just a second. In springtime, I asked you guys, like, what percentage of your database have you actually talked to with your mouth? Knowing that people are going to start making moves, right? And we got like 60%, we got 30%, we got 20%, right? But I think most everybody was pretty undisciplined because we get fooled that technology is doing our job for us, right? Because when I say what percentage have you actually talked to, I'm talking about talking to with your mouth. You know what I mean? And people just don't do it, right? So here we are at summer, right? I want you guys to think about how many deals you could have lost during the spring by not contacting the people who already know, love, and respect you, or the people who have done business with you in the past, right? And some of you guys might think, well, like, I don't know, like some of my people aren't buying houses, or I already know. And your job isn't to assume, your job is to be of service, right? And to reach out to these people. So your database should be a part of your game plan. Chris, why do most agents, do you think, neglect their database? GP. Sorry, I just had a cough. GP. Go ahead.
I've gotten better. What are you talking about?
Yeah. GP's doing it. He's doing it, and he's pulling $1 million deals out of it. Finally. You know what I mean? But I had to harass him and bullwhip him every single day. Every single day. I sent him a message because he's supposed to get me 10 contacts a day from his database. And I write, GP, 10? Question mark, right? And it's like pulling teeth. And then when he starts doing it, he'll send me a message going, Cooley, I just pulled a $2 million deal out of my database. And it's like, no shit, GP. You know what I mean?
Think that, does GP not know how likable he is? Is it
That's what I'm saying.
weird? Do you got some like weird issue by yourself? You think that when you hop off of this thing, GP, at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, that like, we're all staying on and talking negative about you or something? You know what I mean? And so, there's not a person that GP is going to call that is going to go, oh, golly, is GP calling me? Nobody, not one person is going to think about it, in any kind of negative way. And it goes the same thing for the rest of y'all. As long as like, guys, as long as you haven't like killed anybody they love, negatively said something about them and they know about it, like unless you like you're actually a bad person. And even if you were a bad person, there's bad people out there that they have people that love them, people that want to support them still. So, everybody on this call should talk to people. I want you, because a lot of this, we can all talk about how we all suck at calling our database and our COI. Can we all raise our hand that like, raise your hand if you kind of suck at it in the last year, 2 years, like calling everybody and talking to them 4 times a year. You know what I'm saying? To me, if you're on your A game, you're having 4 conversations a year with your database, your past clients, right? And so we're at a real big risk of something. And I want everybody to maybe write this down in the way that affects you most. You're at risk right now that like, when we talk about how the summer months are the biggest months, it's also the biggest loss for agents because they're going to see more people they know buy and sell real estate without them than they are any other time of the year. Guys, like your heart's going to get broken more right now on fucking Facebook and Instagram than any other time in the year. It's going to be, other than like people going on vacations and you're like, damn it, I'd love to be over there and have that life. That'd be cool. Outside of that, it's going to be somebody else, going, oh, or you'll be sitting there scrolling on Facebook and somebody's going to comment something. You'll see it because agents will see it this quick. They'll go, oh yeah, mom and dad sold their lake house. So now we got to go find somewhere else to hang out at. And you're going, oh my God, I've been to that lake house 3 times. And it's like they bought it for 400,000 and it's worth $1.8 million. And how did I not? Who did they probably listed with somebody who never even hung out in that thing before they reached out to them, right? And so you're at this risk for just losing so much money from your database. And also, like, again, you can take the money out. Would you want to be the person? Do you want to be the person, like, is it going to be in your headstone, like the person that helped the people the most, or the person who thought about helping people the most, but never actually took place of taking the action on it? You know what I mean? Like, you want to be the person that goes, oh my gosh, that person did so much for us, right? And you're going to lose out on a lot of those opportunities this summer if you don't get in front of these people. So we got to give you the script. We got to give you the dialogue, but it's always start off with like, man, just with everything going on in real estate in the summer, kids getting off of school, people setting their summer months up for vacations and getting out of town. Hey, what in the heck are your real estate plans? Before the school year comes back, we gotta get that dialogue. We got to start the conversation off, and we got to get these people painting pictures so that it could maybe be you as the agent on that Instagram picture of them selling their house.
Yeah, amen. I was talking to one of our agents, Chris. His name is Trevor, and his wife's best friend just sold her house for $2 million because he didn't call her. That's a $60,000 commission. That's halfway to $100K a month, right? Just because he was being irresponsible. And a lot of times, guys, we don't reach out to our database for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's our own ego. We're worried about how it makes us feel, right? It's our ego. right? Would you guys agree with me on that? A lot of times it's our ego. We don't want to be rejected, or we say shit like, well, I don't want to have commission breath. It's like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? And reach out to the people that you know, love, and trust, and who know, love, and trust you. And the cool thing, or it's like, I just don't know what to say. And we'll use that as an excuse, which, like, realistically, guys, we're giving you a script here and removing all of your excuses. But if you really wanted to reach out to them, you would know what to say, right? Because, like, you could get half-assed bullshit scripts from somebody on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, we can do it. So, like, it first starts by removing every obstacle that you're thinking about, your ego. I don't know what to say, right? I don't have time. These people don't want to hear from me. I don't want to have commission breath. Okay. Let's just lift that up out of your spirit today. And let's understand that we have to do this, right? So, can anybody think of a reason why they can't do this?
Hey, real quick. So, like, okay, go ahead. If somebody can't do this, please, we want to hear. We definitely want to hear.
Nope.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Go
Well,
ahead, Chris.
yeah, like I'm of this belief. You tell me, Cooley. And this may even be more so the more expensive of the house. If I know I have a $2 million house and I know real estate agents, and those real estate agents aren't consistently talking to me about the piece of real estate that I own, showing at some capacity, if I was ever to sell, like I'm the son of a bitch for the job, I don't know if I'd want that person to be selling my house to begin with. And so, people are looking to, imagine if you open up a restaurant today and you go, we make the best damn XYZ in the town. And you never invited your cousin, your sister, the people you went to high school and college with to your restaurant. And then they see you have a restaurant and they see that, some people by having chance may stop by there and maybe they see things, but they never get to experience it. Like, why wouldn't you want to bring them in and give them the experience? And so the question you have to ask yourself is there maybe a lot of these master classes that we're doing where, like, we go over a lot of good stuff, but maybe you're implementing this stuff too slow and you're not creating enough urgency within yourself? Because what I know what will happen is this. If you level up and raise your standards in all aspect of your business and you get your business where it's taking a lot of action, but it's very prepared, meticulous, like you really dialed in on what you're trying to, accomplish here in the business, you're not going to have any of the second guessing of yourself. So whatever is currently stopping you is usually you just trying to get too lucky in the business. And then the problem is when you actually get called upon or when there is opportunities, you don't jump at them. And so, don't get in this mindset where you think that people don't want to hear from you. I think that the people that are going to want to hear from you, you're going to be talking to a lot of people at the right time. Like this is the time of the year where when you call everybody in your database, you should hear more of like, it's so crazy that you called us.
Yeah.
With everything going on in our life, man, like, we've been think we're going to have another kid, we're having twins, or hey, the kids are out of school, they're going to go to college, they're actually going to go to, they're going to this college, they're going to this campus, oh, and they're still in the 6,000 square foot house. They're still in the 4,000 square. There's so much things happening right now that the only way you could not be successful is if you just don't show up.
I think what's
Amen.
I think what's crazy, Chris, is that reluctance a lot of people have is they're uncomfortable because they don't call their people, right?
So they neglected it.
That's
For
why
GP,
they're
Michelle.
uncomfortable to make the call is because they don't call their people, whereas that's the entire point. Whereas if they just started and now we're in relationships and called their people once a quarter, that uncomfortableness would go away. But that's I think a big thing that holds a lot of us back is they're going, it's so uncomfortable because I don't call them.
For
Yeah.
GP, Michelle, that was like the biggest issue, right? GP, it's like, man, I haven't talked to these people, some of them in years. You know what I mean? And it's like, what am I going to do now? Just call them out of the blue and ask them about real estate? And the answer is yes, you absolutely are. You know what I mean? Because if you think about it like this, guys, that problem's not going anywhere. It's only getting worse, right? And unless you decide to put your ego aside and make that phone call anyway, it's going to stay that way. And GP, how many calls have you made through your database where somebody said, GP, you're only calling me about real estate, or hey, GP, fuck off, you haven't talked to me in years? Does that
Not,
happen? It's
not
like every
one.
agent's worst nightmare, right? But
No.
it doesn't happen because they're in your sphere of influence, they're in your database for a reason. And I'm telling you, that problem that you have that you're thinking about that's holding you back doesn't get better, it gets worse, right? And so if you're going to do something about it, you might as well do something about it when? Now, right? And
Yeah.
so let's start by going, okay, if these are the things that I feel, then I have to do something now, right?
If this feels heavy, if this feels too heavy, then you're not in the right mindset in your business. Your business is not working. Like if this
Yeah.
thing feels like it weighs 100 pounds and bringing this thing to call somebody, hey, can I give everybody like a quick strategy secret that like will just change your entire life with your COI? If you just leave like, watch this, you call 10 people in your database. How many people statistically do you think will answer from your database? It'll be greater than most other like call outs that you're doing, right?
Every other one, yeah.
But let's say you're getting like 3 out of 10 that answer the phone, right? Like conservative.
Mhm.
That's 7 people that you get to leave a voicemail, right? And you get to go, hey, GP, it's Chris. And because it's them, you could go in on like 30 seconds. You could be funny, you could be serious, whoever it is based on that person. And you could leave them with something where they go, damn, you know who called me today? Elisa, I got to call her back tomorrow. But now they know like that it was actually you. They know like what was going on. They know what you're talking. You can make it however you want to be. You could be intriguing to where you don't say too much and they call you back. You could be super, in the offense and go, hey, GP, I'm calling you because I'm letting you know I'm getting so busy this summer. People are making so many moves. They're buying or selling. People are really getting off the fence right now. In case you were one of those people, I want to make sure that I plugged away some time for you. If you're doing anything this summer or anytime, anything soon that I need to know about, just let me know about it and let's create a plan for it. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful summer. It's been a long time. I passed by your street the other day and I was like, I gotta call that guy, man. Well, it's been a while, but I'm overdoing it. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's off the top. That's off the top. So just imagine what you could create for yourself. And if you're too analytical or your personality style is one where you're just not going to leave a cool voicemail, do Mojo, do a single line dialer and drop that and drop a voicemail that's not specific for them, but one that works for everybody and record that one voicemail and smile and be authentic and genuine and give that energy that people want to hear from you and see from you. If you're usually low on enthusiasm, get out of your comfort zone in terms of enthusiasm. It's still going to be lower than me or Cooley any day, right? But it'll be higher than what you usually do. So you'll have that energy, right? And so then you just drop that voicemail for every person who doesn't answer. You're going to get so many people call you back. And then that counts as a contact when it comes to your database. And so now the next quarter, when you reach out to them, you're going to, oh, you know what? I reached out to them last quarter. So now it's on them if they don't answer. Right. So I don't know.
And
Just
let's be honest, if we're not courageous enough to leave a voicemail, guys, we got to think long and hard about whether this is the business for us because this business is all about communication. It's all about talking to people. You know what I mean? And if you're unwilling to do those things, right? I guarantee you the people who are unwilling to do those things because of ego or whatnot are the same people who are struggling in real estate right now, right? So if you're not willing to do this, maybe this is your invitation to go, I hear grab or what's that? DoorDash is hiring right now, right? And I don't mean that in like a negative way, guys. I mean that by we've got decisions to make. You know what I mean? On if this is important to us and if we actually want to win. And we've got to pursue things regardless of how they make us feel because this is what's required, right? I'm not going to apply to a job for making pizzas if I got pizza phobia. You know what I mean? Like it sounds ridiculous, but we're in the service, we're in the people business. We got to get good at talking to people and whatever you're afraid of, lean into it. And what you'll find is that big boogeyman that you're so scared of doesn't actually exist. So I love this. I want you guys to think about how many people you guys have in your database, how many people you have as past clients, how many people you have in your COI. And I want you to set a contact goal today, especially for you guys who have the bigger databases. It should be at least 10 a day, right? 10 a day at
I would even
least.
say devote if you've been lacking on this shit, you need to have a day where you go, I'm going to talk to 60 people that I know today. Like you're
Yeah.
going to have a higher answer rate. You'll talk to 60 people in less than 6 hours because you'll have a higher answer rate and you'll drop 150 voicemails in the process. And I just always tell people like if you have not called your entire database this year and got them on the phone at least once to have a conversation for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 1 minute, then like having a specific day where you go crazy and you'll have the greatest dude, Cooley. They'll have the most best conversations because most of the time you're talking expireds and for sale by owners and stuff like that, which is amazing. Go talk to your friends and family and people that like actually know you.
Huh.
You'll
Start to
have
fall, start to fall in love with the business again, right, Chris?
Dude, I
And
would
so
set it up
like,
Saturday, Friday, like do it on the days where you know
yeah.
it's like they have time too. You know, you got time or something. I don't know. Keep going.
So how do I change the conversation to real estate? Very simple, guys. You start with it and no, nobody's going to be offended. You know what I mean? Start with it. Chris, can you read me the first line of the script, please? And I want you guys to notice what Chris does after he reads the initial part of the script.
Yeah, Cooley, man, with everything going on right now in the market, a lot of people are making the moves, and I just want to play offense and reach out to you now. What exactly are your real estate plans for summer?
What did hold? What did he do at the end there?
He shut up. Shut his mouth.
He
Yeah.
shut up, right? He asked for the invitation. He gave him the invitation to talk about what they're doing for real estate. And then he shut up and he let them talk. Because the crazy thing is, guys, and I know this sounds so elementary, but this is probably one of the most powerful real estate scripts you'll ever find, right? It's I ask you about what I'm calling you for, and I shut up and I let you tell me. And the crazy thing is, if you listen, people will tell you exactly what they're trying to do, exactly what they want to do, and where they are at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you could do things with that. And it takes care of all of the reasons why you don't call your database in the first place, right? There's no room in there for, hey, man, I'm sorry I haven't called you in 6 years, right? There's no room for that in there. There's no, oh, by the way, so how are things? Yeah, we can get there. But I mean, this is a very direct, unapologetic, to the point, and this is the way, believe it or not, guys, you tell people that you love them, right? You call them, you have a direct conversation about what you can help them with the most. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Make sense?
yeah, and so
Makes
guys,
sense.
when you're doing a script like this, I want you to emphasize with everything going on right now. Because even before that, you may say something where it's like, Cooley, I had to get a hold of you. With everything going on, right? I want you guys to underline with everything going on right now, that's going to stimulate a certain part of somebody's brain because see what happens is people want to never be the last one to know. And most people are going to be unlike you. They're not going to be dwelling in the real estate space all day of thinking and breathing, and it's not their oxygen. And so you just assume that everybody kind of knows what's going on. And the people that are doing something, when they hear that, they're going to start maybe asking you questions. And then those questions turn into questions that you're going to like turn back in over to them. And before you know it, they're just going to be opening up. So it's saying powerful and asking powerful questions, and it's shutting up at the right time and just let them see how long you can get them on a tangent for. Can I get them to where they go 60 straight seconds of telling me everything that's going on that they're thinking about, right? Because they may say something of like, well, what is going on right now? Well, I think
Yeah.
that after 2, 3, 4 years of the market not really changing, people are going, hey, well, I don't want to be in this house or I want to do this, and I'm not going to wait another 5 years from a home to only increase in value 20,000. Hey, would you guys stay in your house only for the fact that your home was worth 20, 30, 50 more thousand, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years from now? Or would you probably make that move? Most people are realizing now, Cooley, just like you, they're making that move and they're making it now probably before school starts back up. So, where are you guys going on with this, that, and the third? You know what I mean? And you're just opening them up. Or we have it like, hey, if they're going to say waiting until fall, then we know what to say. Hey, great. In the fall, how important is it for you guys to make the most money? Let's get together now to go over what's going on in the market, what we can anticipate it's going to do in the next several months. So, so you have all the information you need to get the right timing for what makes the most sense financially for you. So I hadn't read it before. I'm trying to read it right now in real time. But, what a great way to say it. Let's break it down again. Great. In the fall, how important is it to you to net the most amount of money? Of course it is, right? So let's get together to go over what's going on in the market now, what we anticipating it to do in the next several months, so you have all the information you need to get the timing right for what makes the most sense financially for you. What's going to work better for you, Tuesday or Thursday or whatever. You know what I mean? Clearly, you're going to continue the conversation based on how it needs to go.
So I want you guys to think about like how the script actually tells your database that you actually love them. With everything going on right now, I'm calling you, right? And so that's what it starts with. You know what I mean? So you might think like it's a badass real estate script designed just for real estate, but it says with everything going on right now, I wanted to talk to you. You know what I mean? And that tells people they're special without having you to tell them, without you having to tell them they're special, if that makes sense. And so I love this. So I want you guys to think about the percentage of people that you haven't contacted in your database. I want you to get on it now. And I want you guys to write down the goal of how many people you're going to call per day. Ian, what's that number for you? I didn't see the handwriting.
The number for how many people I need to call a day? Well, it seems like I need to call 60 people from my database a day now. So I'm not
Okay.
calling up.
Well, what's the plan? We can't, that's the thing. I'm asking you guys for a direct number here right now because we can't keep it all vague and foggy, right? So some of you guys might finish this call without writing down a number, and then you finish the call with, I just really need to start contacting my database, right? And by tomorrow morning, that's gone. Okay. So like I'm asking you right now to set something measurable per day that I'm going to reach out to for the entire summer, knowing that I've got to front load this, right? Because lots of people are going to be making moves starting tomorrow. Right?
There's so
So
many
what does that
different
look like for
content,
you?
too, guys. Like, I don't know how it is in y'all's markets. Yes, there's homes that are sitting, but man, homes are selling. And I'm noticing the most
Yeah.
expensive houses, the most expensive houses are selling the fastest. Like I see so many in our market where the average home is 400,000, 500,000. Every home that's hitting the market at 1 million that's on big land has a pool gone, gone, gone. Million, million and a half, 2 million, brand new homes. So like also make sure you're paying attention to the market. Make sure you're looking in the area. Like when Cooley's talking about earlier, going to expireds. Hey, on the way to that expired, what's new, what's an old expired, whatever. Like just massive action on going where the money is. So if you notice that like that listing appointment you have, maybe that neighborhood has like 18 listings and it's going to be a good listing if you take it and you're going to sell it. But it's right next to another area where the homes are twice as much and half of the listings are under contract. That's where you need to go, hey, I saw your property expired just right now. I saw your property expired last year. I saw your property expired. It's like pay attention to where the money's at because you may list some low end property that sits on the market for like 60 days and you get paid this much of a paycheck. But then right now in your market, somebody else is going to list a home that's worth 5 times that price and it's going to sell by this weekend because it's something that somebody who has money is looking for. And so I'm just seeing that all over Houston, Austin, everywhere. $1 million deals going under contract. So go play in that space as well.
Michelle, on to the next.
So, guys, we've attached that script also for you there, and I think just for our last, we got 4 minutes left. And Cooley, I think that when we're on this the whole emphasis, right, is massive actions, massive action protocol. What should they be going back to also add what they should be doing all through this next 30 days? What's the third thing on the list? So we talked about the first of the month, right? We talked about what to do with our database. We gave you guys the tangibles already. The third thing, Cooley, that we want them to hit on to maximize massive action this coming
Yeah.
3 days is what?
So, guys, follow up is always key. You know what I mean? Follow up is always the most important thing. And a lot of you guys have worked hard since the beginning of the year to generate all this business that because it's not right now business, we've just neglected and let fall to the wayside. Right. And so we have got to get in the habit, guys, of making sure that our follow up process is awesome. Right. And we're reaching back out to all of the leads starting at the at winter of last year, right? It's like how many people told you that they were going to do something later and they still haven't done anything yet, right? And we know summer is peak season for decision making process. So we've got to really go through all of the leads that were created, guys, and start making that a contact point as well, right? So Ian, how many not yet leads do you think that you have in your database from, let's just say, starting November of last year?
Probably I don't know. I don't know the exact number on that, but I know it's a lot of people that I've had lots of conversations with.
You should know, right? Because that's your money. We know, guys, again, if we were a real estate casino, we know that 90% of every listing that we take active and sell is going to come from an awesome follow-up process, right? Which means if we're not good at that right now, here's the great news is we're doing 10% of the deals that we could be doing, right? So there's a 90% upgrade potential if we get this part right. Okay. So my question for you is, are you going to wait for people to come to you with those follow-ups, right? Because most of them won't. We know that, right? Or are you going to set an action plan today that requires you to start reaching out to those people on a daily basis, right? And so you should have a contact goal of at least 5 of those per day, ladies and gentlemen, at least 5 of those follow-up calls per day should be in your calendar. And again, when we talk about streamlining contacts, guys, if I'm aggressive, I'm doing 10 to 15 of those a day, right? But those are people that you've called already. They will answer the phone and they will talk to you. Imagine if every real estate call you did, they were willing to talk to you, right? And they were likely to answer the phone.
And what's your voicemail? Like, what's your voicemail to those people? Like, coolly, really quick, instantaneously, I think you need to take all these people, like on your, if you have a dial on your Mojo, whatever your voicemail is going to be, it's as simple as Cooley. We've spoken several times this year about getting your property sold. Everything I'm touching right now is selling in a week. If you're looking to capitalize on this summer, give me a call back as soon as possible so we can get that taken care of for you. Like something just so straight up that like the winners are going to call you back. Like the winners are just going to call you back. Hey, Cooley, everything I'm touching right now is selling, right? Let everybody know that the things that you're touching is selling. Hey, I don't know about everybody else that you're talking to right now. Everything I'm listing is selling. Like you had to create that urgency with them.
Yeah.
You're almost doing this huge call out, right? You could even put that in one of your Cooley, what's the thing when you drop the voicemail?
One broadcast, a great way to bring the cream to the top.
Just
You know
like
what I mean?
you're going to call them back anyway. If they don't call you back, it's like you're doing massive numbers. You're going through like, hey, how can I get these 485 people that I counted as a lead this year in the last 12 months? How can I get like the best 20 to call me back right now?
Yeah.
Hey, Zach, it's Chris. We talked this year about getting your property sold. Every single thing I'm touching is selling. If you need to get it sold this summer, give me a call back ASAP. I probably already have a buyer for it. Talk to you soon. Just go. Just like the person's like, fuck, I need to, you know what? I'm calling him. I'm going to call him back.
So guys, as we always talk about, right? This is not exactly the most sexy meeting, right? I mean, there's a lot of people out there, let's face it, who play real estate, right? They get on Zoom meetings and they have a lot of hypothetical conversations about marketing and lots of bullshit that nobody ever implements. You know what I mean? And what we're talking to you guys today about are brass tacks, what's actually going to get you paid, right? Not a hypothetical idea, but action to be taken that's going to result in you being like a kingpin in your marketplace, right? But it's a decision you have to make. It's, do we want to play real estate, or do we understand the game that we're playing as a contact sport? All of the bullshit that people try to sell you in real estate, it's all like revolves around doing what? Like getting you in front of people to talk to about real estate, right? So make no mistake about it. People want to work on all kinds of different bullshit that if they would just pick up the phone and talk to people, they wouldn't need. You know what I mean? They wouldn't need to pay for. They wouldn't need to have. Okay. What we're talking to you about today is like your streamlined way to go to go out there and get 100K. You know what I mean? It's not sexy, it's tough, and it requires you to take action. Period. Okay? And every single person on this call is capable of taking action. Everything that you want is on the other side of what the industry is not trying to sell you, right? They're trying to recruit you or sell you a product. Would you guys agree with me on that?
No
Every
doubt about
call
it.
is trying
Yes.
to recruit you or to sell you a
Yep.
fucking product.
Biggest
Correct?
marks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
20
absolutely.
They could implement today.
Absolutely. And if all of that shit worked, there'd be a lot more productive agents, right? Because who wouldn't sign up for that? You know what I mean? And so what I'm trying to tell you guys is that everything that you need is right here on this list, right? The question you have to ask yourself is, am I willing to work for the money that I get, or am I going to keep wishing that stuff would just happen to me? Man, Michelle and I have been in this business a long time. Chris has been in this business a long time. And we know all of the people, guys, who rise up to a high level in real estate. They are all massive action takers. All of them. Okay. There's not one top producer that you look up to in or outside of this place who is not taking massive action every single day. We want 100K months. Okay. It's going to take us not being good, not being great, right? But us being elite at what we do. Okay. And elite level results require elite level actions. And so I want to encourage all of us this summer during peak real estate season to go out there and be fucking elite, because each and every single one of us has it in us. And when we decide to plug in, each one of you guys get results. Is there anybody on this call who has taken massive action and hasn't gotten massive results back? And the answer is no. And if you say you have and you haven't gotten results, you are lying to yourself and you know you were just playing office, right? Contact sport. How many people a day am I talking to about real estate? If we do that, ladies and gentlemen, like it's everything that we want. But we got to go out there and get it. So thank you for jumping on this call today. Send me your summer plan. I want to see that you are paying attention today. I want to see that this means something to you because it's going to determine how I reach out to you and how I coach you this summer, right? If I know that you're all in, if I know that you're thinking about this, I'm going all in with you. So is Chris, so is Michelle. We're going all in with you, right? But we're not doing that for the people who are playing real estate. We're doing it for the people who want 100K months, who are willing to lean in to the discomfort and who are willing to embrace getting better each and every single day. Otherwise, why the fuck do we wake up in the morning? Let's have a great summer, guys. I'm
Let's
excited.
go.
It's going to be a
Let's
hot
go.
summer.
Do it.
Go, baby.
Let's go.
Hey, everybody.
Ooh,
Hey,
get it.
next to where you prospect, I want you guys to write this down. You could type it up, print it out, and put it right in front of your face. Because one thing I think that there's one powerful word that you need to see in front of you. 100K months. 100K months are 100% my responsibility. Like nobody's going to give you the 100K month. Somebody will give you 10 grand, 20 grand. Some of you guys will get lucky. Somebody will call you, they'll do a deal, be 600,000, you make 18 grand. It'll feel like $1 million. It's going to feel really good, right? But it's not going to feel like 100K month. 18 grand never feels like 100K. Okay? It never. Unless you live where Cooley lives, and 18 grand is probably equal to 100K, in retrospect. But you don't live in Thailand. So, you're shit out of luck. And in reality, it's your response. The beautiful thing is, I believe, and hopefully you guys will agree with me, you have everything here, all the tools that you need, all the people to talk to, all the people to game plan with to make this a reality, but it's your responsibility to fulfill your destiny, okay? And so you need to make sure that it says 100K months are 100% my responsibility. So every time you're about to go left when you should go right, you look back up there and it's screaming at you in red, and it helps you just stay in the lane. You need to do whatever you can to put those guardrails up in your business so that you don't, end up, flunking shots, right? So let's go kick some ass this week.
Let's
Chris,
go.
Chris, I just wrapped up everybody strong.
I'm sorry, my bad. I can't help it, dude. I talk too much. I love this
All
shit. I love this shit.
Hey guys,
Hey, guys.
let's go. Let's have
Let's
a great
go.
summer. Time to shine, baby. Let's go.
Go.
Let's
go.
go.
Let's get it.